Hey everyone, how are you? I am back after 2 weeks of not videoing my video blog after being so determined that I was going to make it weekly. We are now week 22, having missed week 20 and 21, and life has just become chaotic and I've become lazy, I think, throughout it. If I'm not working, I am dog walking or I am going to the hospital and seeing Rich. And when I get back, I've just been majorly disorganised, having, trying to sort out various bits and bobs. And I just kind of veg out. And I can't remember what I'm going to say, even though now I've been writing it for the last couple of weeks, just to kind of remind myself of what's been going on. But I'm here now and I'm reporting to you any changes that have happened and any little bits of info I think you might find interesting. So week 20 did spout a bit of paranoia. I think maybe because I knew the scan was coming up, but I was really suffering with cramp-like pain and stitches, and it was just really unpleasant. And I appreciate things are changing and beginning to stretch, but it just was not comfortable. So I ended up getting booked in at the hospital, and after waiting for a good 3 hours, everything was okay. There was a heartbeat, that was nice to hear, and yeah, so just the usual stuff I think of stretching, and I'm putting it down to the fact that my stomach muscles were incredibly strong beforehand, so making it a little bit more uncomfortable for me, and maybe I just can't walk as fast as I normally do. But I mean, apart from that, I feel fine. I feel pretty good. I think I felt so rough from week 6 to 13 that I feel fine. I do feel tired, but I do sleep like a log when I do go to bed. I probably don't sleep as long as I should do, but and I don't really have any cravings. I have been a bit of a pig. I hold my hand up. Like, I do love a milkshake in this weather, but a protein shake doesn't always cut the mustard, does it? I am weirdly still off chicken, which I don't mind a bit of chicken with sort of a bit of flavour, but yeah, it just doesn't do it for me. So I've really been eating quite a lot of fish and sort of not steak, unfortunately, burgers, bit of lamb, and just trying to keep as healthy as possible. Probably eating more carbs than I used to, allowing myself to have a few sandwiches just for convenience, I think. But no, generally okay, not being a pig and eating for two. And I am still quite active, not as active as I'd like to be, but yeah. So I also got my first item of maternity clothes. Don't be freaked out by the shaking tumble dryer door, that's just Dexter trying to be annoying. So I bought a pair of maternity jeans from H&M, and they're great, they're really comfy, but they're just a bit big at the moment, because my belly's just not big enough, and so it's kind of reaching my boobs, which reminds me that's another change. My boobs, they're not really growing, they feel a bit fuller, maybe a bit darker, which is a bit weird, but but I have to say, we'll be buying something stripy, because it seems to be the in thing to do when you're pregnant, is having a stripy t-shirt or a stripy dress. So I've seen something in ASOS. Again, like, all the maternity stuff is really good. You just don't want to spend that much money, because obviously you're only going to wear it for a few months, if that. So so we'll see how that looks. I might look like a complete fatty, because I'm not a model, but yeah, I'm intrigued to see, so I'm going to buy myself something. I would say though that I am beginning to show a little bit. I still feel like I've eaten too many pies, and people do look at me as if to say, is she just a bit of a fatty, or is she pregnant? But from about week 21, it's definitely increased my belly, and I'll show you. Sort myself out. Yeah, so belly kind of, it's hard. I'm sure, yeah, it's weird. Yeah, so it's kind of popping out a little bit. It's like got that bit of a ridge. So good look. Yeah. A lot of the nurses at the hospital are like, you're not pregnant, but definitely am. But again, I'm just finding it really weird. I just, perhaps because I've not had loads of movement, I felt a bit of a ripple in my stomach, and I think today I got a bit of a kick. But Rich just reckons that's because my leggings are too tight. But they go nicely. I think they fit quite nicely over my belly. These are the nice ones I got from Born Newly. I think that's how you say it. And they seem really good for hiking up. But yeah, I guess I'll better invest in a pair of maternity leggings, seeing as I wear them all the time. So yeah, I also had my 20-week scan last week, which I would have been 21 weeks and a few days. And it was great. Everything went really well. The Harris Birthright Centre at King's is just something else. Caden loved it, thought it was something from Assassin's Creed, so that pleased me. And they let me FaceTime Rich, which they don't normally do, but due to the situation, they did, and we found out we're having a little girl. So that was good. Kind of thought we were, but I was getting a bit paranoid, thinking, oh my God, I've been calling her a her for so long, it's, you know, he'll be really annoyed with me if it is a boy. But no, it's a girl, so there's going to be lots of arguments about names to come, but yeah, so it's a girl, so pleased about that. And I think because I'm finding it all just really weird and surreal, and you probably think that's really stupid of me, seeing as I've seen pictures, I've felt something, I've heard the heartbeat, and my stomach is growing, and it is hard. It's not just fat, you can't just lose your finger in there. But I just can't get my head around anything at the moment. I just feel brain dead. But I guess, you know, that's just sort of how it is at the moment, and hopefully I'll get over that. And plus, you know, pregnancy brain or whatever, even though it was a bit bad before I fell pregnant, so I've got no hope. But yeah, excited. I think I'm going to buy myself something. I have allowed a couple of my clients to get her something pink, but generally I think we'll be going neutral, pale blues, purples. And yeah, I've seen some cool little outfits, and I'm just dying to see something, so I'm going to treat myself her and get something. There's a cool website called Fred and Noah which do cool little things, and there's another one, I can't remember its name, I saw it on Instagram, but yes, we'll do that. Yeah, so that's that. And training, it's not happening as much as I would have hoped. I'm doing pregnancy yoga, which is great. I'm still managing to do a boxing session, a bit difficult this week because it's half term, but yeah, I'm loving that. And he even let me do a couple of kicks. They look like they were like for a small child, but yeah, he let me do that, so that was cool because I'm allowed to now that I'm a bit further on and had my scans and everything. But yeah, I'd still like to fit in a workout, and I know I've been harping on about the importance of training whilst pregnant. I am active and I'm still doing the dog walking. I just want to fit another workout in at home if I have to. And I just think it is important, like, because your posture's changing, so it's good to add in some like resistance band, like squeezes, and just retraining your brain a little bit. So when you do squats, for example, you can still go relatively heavy, but it's thinking about, you know, you breathe out as you come up out of the squat, and then imagine drawing the pelvic floor in and basically sucking everything up. And always kind of doing that on your out breath. And it's just kind of being functional with it. So still maintaining doing lunges, deadlifts, because that's really good for the posterior chain. So your back, your posture, your glutes, keeping all that strong. I will do something. I still want to start the prenatal training classes, especially whilst I'm pregnant, so we can kind of work through it together. But I'm just got to sort it out. So hopefully in the next couple of weeks. And hopefully I will film something for next week, and we can try and get some normality back. But normality is a little bit different for me these days. So yeah, I think that's all I have to report. I hope it was kind of interesting. If you feel like you know anyone who's pregnant and want to share this with, or if anyone is pregnant and wants some ideas, hell, even if you know someone with a spinal cord injury, like, get in touch. Let me know if you want support, or if you feel like I need some guidance in that way. Rich is hopefully moving to Stanmore in the next week or so. Fingers crossed. And then that means it will be more difficult to go and see him every day, but then he can really start the rehab process. And, you know, bless him, he's got a lot of shit to sort out in his head. But he's doing really well, and he's looking so much better. He has sort of lost weight on his legs, but he's always going to have nice shaped legs, whatever. So I'll always still be jealous of that, which might seem a bit weird, but yeah. Anyway, blah, blah, blah. Have a good rest of your half term. Have a good rest of your week. I shall maybe put a picture of a scan somewhere there or somewhere there, wherever I figure it out. And yeah, hopefully catch up with you guys next week. Fingers crossed. Take it easy. See you later. Bye.